Hello, everyone. I am Arkudel with Pencil and Sword. Welcome back to the online writing retreat. Looks like we got Udi here and Easy Beasy Needles out there somewhere. Awesome to have you guys along for today. And that's okay. Um, that's all right, Udi. Uh, write whatever you can. As long as you're hanging out here with me, I really appreciate it. For today, we're going to start off with a writing prompt dealing with this morning when you woke up, put on your pants, and got ready to leave your place. You found something strange in your pocket that you definitely did not put there. What is it, and how did it get there? I'll go ahead and I'll paste that over into chat as well, in case anybody joins us. All right. I'm going to put on a little bit of music. If it's too loud or anything, just let me know. I will turn it down. I find that having a little bit of music helps me write. You guys are welcome to mute it or tell me to shut up or whatever you like, but uh, I have a whole bunch of stuff from the OC remix, which I love this stuff. We'll go with that. All right, let's do some writing. Uh oh. Sorry about that, Udi. Is that on my end or is that on your end? I'm still figuring out the OBS stuff, so if you see me do anything crazy or make anything blow up, please let me know. Awesome, Udi. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. And I probably should have put a timer up. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to give us about another 20 minutes. Just work as much as you can. If you run out of ideas with this prompt, go ahead and just work on something that you're interested in. The important thing here is that we're writing together. So let's do it. Alright, I should make it work. Cool. For anyone just joining us, this is the Pencil and Sword Writing Retreat. Welcome. What we do is we take a few writing prompts every day and we work on them to help develop our own writing skills. The main goal here is being to write every day to learn how to develop our skills as writers. This is something that you can just come in, pop in, do one prompt, do a 5-minute prompt, write a sentence. The main goal is to just write a little bit every day. For today, we're working with the prompt up above, and I will also repaste that into chat in case nobody can see it. We've still got about 15 minutes left to work, and then we'll have an opportunity to share. So please, if you're inspired, go ahead, jump in, do a little bit of writing, come share it back in about 15 minutes. Thank you. You'll be able to see me working over here, and if you're inspired by that too, feel free to borrow what I've written so far and develop off from that. Where should we develop from here? Disaster. How we doing, everybody? for anybody just joining us. This is the Pencil and Sword online writing retreat. Every day we come together and we do a little bit of writing together. For today, I posted, if you can read it, I went ahead and I posted the writing prompt for today over in the corner. You can see on the timer down below, we've got a couple minutes left to work. If you can come up with something in about 5 minutes, I would love to see it and read it and have you share it here. If not, you're welcome to see what everybody else wrote. Hang out here for a few minutes. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll be doing another prompt after this one and after we're done sharing. And then we'll wrap up the stream for tonight. Thanks. Right, I think I will stop there. We've got about 30 seconds left, so if you have any ideas, go ahead and finish those up. If you'd like to share, there are two ways that you can share. Either one, you can paste over in the chat, over on the side. I guess it would be over that way for me. Um, Alternatively, hello Mike Bike. Welcome to the retreat. So option one, you can post it over in the chat. Option two, you can hop on my Discord. There's a link down below, and if you come to the writer's corner, you can go right ahead and jump in there and share your thing either by voice, or you can paste it into my Discord and I'll paste it into our chat and read it together. Awesome. Thank you for the follow. Alright. I'm going to turn off the music for a second. Okay. Let's see what I came up with. That'll give you guys a minute to plan out what you want to do. So, again, the writing prompt is: this morning when you woke up, put on your pants, and got ready to leave your place, you found something strange in your pocket that you definitely did not put there. What is it, and how did it get there? The smooth silver rod dug into my hip as I tiptoed across piles of clothing discarded from the days and nights before, careful not to awaken Mihi. It was just past 6 in the morning, and I had, thus far, managed to secure not only a mostly clean set of clothing and 2 sticks of instant coffee while only stubbing my toe once. Closer inspection revealed that my jeans were survivors from the days prior. But if a pair of pants can't go a few days without a washing, they're not durable enough for the stresses I put clothing through anyway, so I had thrown them on with little consideration. The sudden shock of metal, though, earned a proper degree of attention, as well as a bit-off epithet. Mihi stirred in her sleep, uttering a grumpy wail as her hand sought to claim my pillow, still warm from when I had abandoned it. I observed the thing now in my hands. It was about 6 inches long, and shouldn't be and 1/8 of an inch thick. It disturbed me that I had not noticed it before, yet at the same time congratulated myself on my noble patience and resolve for not whipping the damn thing across the room for the terrible sin of stabbing me in my half-sleep. In the creeping light that ached through the arches and cracks in the hallway outside my apartment, I realized this was something I'd never observed before. My first guess was a pen, liberated from some hapless student, desk, or hand. There seemed to be no push-button, though, and when I shook it next to my ear, a dull roar issued from the miserable thing, just loud enough to set my hairs at their ends. My mind shifted quickly from the puzzle of what to how, as the events of the day prior began to come together. It had definitely been on the subway. Korea is a crowded place by any standard, and yet I took pride in being able to find breathing room on even swarmed streets. The subway, though, was similar to a natural disaster for me. I survived by closing my eyes and weathering the storm and the pokes and the prods as a flood of humanity raced past, too often ignorant of those around them. There'd been a woman, bent and crooked like a ginkgo branch, dressed in an old hanbok, a Korean traditional dress that was as threadbare as the one wearing it. I'd been sitting, having successfully found an eye in that human storm, yet seeing her wavering there, on 2 feet that threatened to buckle with every bump and heave as the train sped forth, I stood and offered her my seat. She did not say thank you, nor even truly acknowledge my sacrifice, save to brush past, sit down, and close her eyes. I pushed her out of my mind. Until now. That's what I managed to come up with. I could probably develop that into something else. I don't know if I will. I'm doing well, Mike Bike. How are you? All that being said, does anybody else have something they would like to share? Awesome. Thank you, Just Great. Happy to see you in the chat too. Good, good. Awesome. You posted over in Discord for me. Let me pull that out and I'll post it over here. Just so that other people can see it. If you're okay with that. If not, I won't do it again. All right. Let's see what we got. Groan. I clumsily stir as I wake up, knocking over papers I had left on the table next to me. The sun pierces my eyes through the uncovered window. However, something doesn't feel quite right. Peering down, I notice a hand? I look over and see a beautiful woman asleep next to me, but I do not recognize her. Uh-oh, what did you do? I carefully slide out of bed onto my feet and feel something in my pocket. I reach into my pocket and pull it out. In my palm lays a shiny gold ring. I look closer and see an engraving. Just great, my love. Stunned, I drop the ring and look around. There are pictures everywhere of this woman, and a man I do not recognize. My mind starts to race. I need to get out of here, I softly exclaim. I race down the stairs, but something stops me. I pass by a mirror in the hallway, but go back. Something about this mirror isn't quite right. Is it a trick? I stand by the mirror and notice features of my face that are not my own. Someone else is staring at me. This is not my face. What is this? I mutter as I begin to panic. Whose face is this? I continue. I make my way down the hallway and have to get out of here. Very nice. Hi, Queen Roxify. Welcome to the chat. Excellent, just great. And don't worry about the lack of paragraphs. You know, when we write the first version, it's never going to be perfect. No one writes Shakespeare the first time. Shakespeare didn't write Shakespeare the first time. Um, Excellent job. Um, it reminds me of a song. I for, I think it's called Emotion by Sunset Swish. Awesome, Udi. I can't wait. I think it's called Emotion or Just Emotion by Sunset Swish. It's about uh, two guys who. There's a whole music video. You can look it up on YouTube. But it's about two guys, and they keep trading places. One wakes up with a beautiful wife, and his life is pretty awesome, and the other one wakes up with this really crappy life. But as the first one goes to work, the other one is rushing to get to work too. He's late. This one hits the other one with a car, and then they wake up the next day, and their places switch, and they keep going back and forth. It's pretty cool. All right, Udi. As I stood in the closet on an uneventful gray morning, unlike any other day, I shuffled through a stack of denim and khaki. I found myself yawning despite a full night's rest. Rather unremarkably, I chose a pair of light denim jeans that were as soft as a Chanel blanket. With little afterthought, I paired them with a navy blue shirt featuring Pusheen the cat, and slipped my sandals on as I readied myself for the day's activities. Errands, errands, and errands, running to and fro. My weekdays were never lacking in activity, though the humdrum dullness of the routine had begun to wear thin on me after several years. As I reached for my wallet and keys, I felt a tiny wiggling in my right front pocket. The thought of something nefarious hiding out, nearest my body, disturbed me to my core. I caught myself yawning once again, as a wave of relaxation washed over me. Surely I must still be fatigued, I thought to myself. I thought nothing else of the wiggling I must have imagined, and left my house. I locked my door and jiggled the handle as I always do. Perhaps some would see this as a compulsion. Ah well. Perhaps I walked down the drive. Perhaps. I walked down the drive and I unlocked my car from the remote. As I climbed in the driver's seat and shut the door gently behind me, I thought yet again I felt a tiny wiggling. I shook my head and continued with my routine, checking the rear view and side mirrors, just in case. Safety first, after all. As I pushed my keys into the ignition, the tiny wiggling made itself obvious once more. I could no longer ignore what may be in my pocket. Before I pushed forward toward the day's errands of shopping and banking, whatever else may be needed, I reached into my pocket and felt something that, at first, seemed smooth and wet. I closed my eyes, bracing for what I may pull out of my pocket. Much to my surprise, what I found when I opened my eyes was nothing short of magical. My small but proud, striped Corydoras catfish, Henrietta, had somehow escaped her aptly named Corydoras, I don't know how to say that, but Corydoras Land Aquarium. How could this happen? I gasped. Blinking and with my mind running wildly, she proudly squeaked, "Hello, my friend!" Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think that would be a goodbye, my friend. Awesome cat. Some great descriptions. Udi, rather. Thank you so much for sharing. Corydoras. Okay, Corydoras. I am so unfamiliar with fish names. People over here often ask me too, like, how do I say this fish in English? Like, it's a fish. I have no idea. Awesome. Thank you, Udi. Um, really appreciate that you're enjoying it and that you're participating. Same with you, just great. Um, and let's see. I think Easy Busy might have something to share. Yeah. I think she'll actually jump onto Discord itself to share with us by voice. Um, Please go ahead. No, having some trouble? Okay. She posted over in Discord. Do you want to try reading it? Okay. Okay. I guess I'll give it a read for her. She's pasting it bit by bit. Okay. Well, let me work on it. It's a new day. Actually, let me paste it over here too, so you guys can read it along. There we go. Yeah, if you will.
It's kind of, I'm shy, but I will. It's a new day. Yep. Fresh start. Every day is a new beginning. I can get a second chance to start all over from the beginning. That's why I look forward to opening my eyes every day, expecting something exciting. Plus, today is the lovely Saturday. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to count before I open my eyes. Three, two, one, go. Yay! Ah, my head. I drank too much last night. Did I pay this time again? Oh man, I'm gonna die to pay on my credit card bill for this month. I don't know. I'm gonna have some coffee, then I'll really worry about it. Let's grab my pants from yesterday. Nobody will notice that I'm wearing same pants as yesterday. I'm safe. Wait, something in my pocket. Something warm. What? Warm? And it's moving. What the heck? I'm gonna take my pants off. In the pile of my clothing, something is moving. Oh, it's a baby squirrel. No, wait, it's a baby boar. What happened last night? I suddenly remember the newscast saying there are many birds hanging around in the steppe because they can't find food on the mountain. Probably I fell asleep on the street and baby birds slipped in.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Hmm. A baby boar snuck into your clothing. I can believe it. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing and for sharing via voice. I know it can be a little bit embarrassing, but you did great. Pocket Piglet. Well said, just great. All right. We've got just a short bit of time left. Let's try. I have a little exercise I like to do. I'm very curious. Has anyone out there seen story cubes? I love these things. Um, they have all these cool little pictures on them. Like this, different sides of the dice. And what we do for some writing exercises, I will roll 3 dice, and I'll show you guys what we have. We have a moon. No, just great. You've never seen these? These things are so much fun. They're great for when you need like a writing prompt or need some inspiration, or just as a game together to play. So we have a moon, a rainbow. I know that one's a little bit hard to see, but you can take my word. A rainbow and a mask or an alien, whatever you want to work with. So let's use these 3 ideas and let's try putting them together. Moon, rainbow, mask, alien thing. All right. I'm just going to put a very quick, about 10 minutes on our prompt. With these 3 ideas, let's try to write something together. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and do it. I'm going to put down here in my piece, moon, rainbow, mask. Why do I have the feeling like there's going to be a lot of Sailor Moon references? It doesn't have to be a super long thing. You can write a poem or you can write a couple sentences, a couple lines. Let's give it a shot. Put a little music on too for us to hang out with. Whoops. Apologies, everybody. That's my normal wake up on Saturday alarm. Send to the earth. Hello, Space Scythe. Welcome to the writing retreat. Right now, we are working on a quick little writing prompt using moon, rainbow, and mask, and trying to hook those together into something meaningful. Um, we've got just about 2 minutes left on that prompt, but if you want to try to throw in a little bit of microfiction or some quick little thing and want to share it, that would be super cool. In about a minute and a half or so, we'll share what we have, so you'll have a little bit of time to work then too as we share. Thank you and welcome. I like it. The mass of power, moon, sun, and the rainbow. It works. All right. Okay. Time to finish up your thoughts, and let's see what we've done. Space Scythe, nobody noticed yet, awesome Space Scythe. I'm afraid that for tonight, this is our last one, but I really hope you come back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. It'll actually be Monday night, your time. It's actually Tuesday night, my time. I really hope you come back next time and you share some writing with us. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I can only run this channel for about an hour every day. It's just because of my own schedule. I'm just a crazy busy person. Um, but that being said, you're welcome to look at other parts of the channel that we've done so far. And if you see any writing prompts from the last couple broadcasts, by all means, go ahead and write something. You can send it to me. I'd love to read it. And if you want it posted somewhere, like I have a website, pencilandsword.com. I'd be happy to paste it there in my blog, or we can just read it next time. You know, I'm here to help people write. So, looking over at my quick little piece, I really like this actually. I want to develop this. Moon, rainbow, and mask. In ancient times, warriors would observe the moon on the eve of battle, watching it arc across the sky like an arrow shot by a fierce and vengeful god. They created their own legends and deities to match the stories. One particular favorite that survived the generations told of the Moon Princess, who would descend to the earth on a rainbow bridge to watch the wars of humanity unfold. And yet, it was often told, clad in her beauty itself, that men and women alike would throw down bow and spear, turn swords to plowshares, and vow no further violence. This served as a particular problem. She was Arshia, the goddess of war. The other gods and goddesses snickered behind her back. The goddess of gardens rose forth oceans of flowers and trees, not blight. Of creativity sparked imagination and innovation, not stagnation. Why, Arshia wondered to herself, had she managed to become so useless? It came to her then that she needed only to cover her own radiance, that others might engage in the task at hand, shed the blood that would emerge as prayer to her. She chose her first mask, a hideous affair, horned and squinting. She strode onto the next battlefield, eager to be ignored. Instead, both armies fled, screaming in terror. I think I'll continue that. This is something I'm definitely gonna develop about the goddess of war who cannot start a war. I'm excited. Um, that being said, does anybody else happen to have one? Like Space Scythe, the massive power, moon, sun, and rainbow? I think that could be developed into something very cool. Anyone else? I'll give it a minute or two. It looks like poor Easy Busy is hanging her head. Hey! Hi, I ate Nemo. Nemo! I always have trouble reading your name, Nemo. But I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, just great, and Udi came up with one. Please throw it up, both of you. Raithu flew over the many snow-covered mountains, through the glistening blue skies and towards the peak of the largest mountain ahead. The journey had been long and arduous, but she was not dismayed. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath and filtered past the many fabrics of time and reality. Wow! Her scarf trailed behind her as a magnificent reminder of the trails she had overcome, with and without companions at her side. Life and death were filled with reason. Although she was not yet certain of the ancestors' exact reasoning, she was determined to find her place in this realm. Soon enough, she reached the peak of this somehow snow-frosted yet warm landscape, and she glanced around for a comfortable resting place. With a twirl and bit of swaying motion, Raithu adjusted the mask beneath her billowing white and golden robe. As she turned to her right, and with her mask and clothing fitted just so, she noticed something simply beautiful and rather breathtaking out of the corner of her eye. The sky, as deep and blue as the ocean she had once called home in another lifetime, and the sun shining down on the land all around, yet the moon was full and brilliant in the east. In front of the moon, and despite clear weather otherwise, a rainbow covered the remainder of the sky. It was as if the rainbow were an arc between the sun, the moon, and the world she now existed in. Raithu took a deep breath as the advice the ancestors had given her filled her mind once more. She knew her reason, her purpose now, to love and to be loved, for that was one of the only constants in any life, and even in death as well. Wow! So powerful, Udi! Isn't it amazing what you can come up with just a few, like, little random dice? It's crazy. Amazing. And just great. Please share what you have. And a little clapping. Don't worry about it, just great. Like for me, I'm a super slow writer. I will go over things literally dozens of times to get what I want. We all have our we all have our way of doing things. But if we get nothing down, that's the problem. I always think of our first draft as kind of like raw material, something we can work with. Oh, Mike Bike wrote something too! Oh my god, guys, I'm so happy. Alright. And yes, Udi, very reminiscent of Journey, but such a great way to capture it. Okay, just great writes. Tonight was the darkest night I've ever seen, despite there being a full moon. My friends and I continued down the path back to our campsite. We had decided to take a late night stroll for the fun of it. We make it back to camp, throw a few jokes around while having a few beers. Actually, I'm sorry guys, I've been running that music. It probably makes me hard to hear. We had decided to take a late night stroll for the fun of it. We make it back to the camp, throw a few jokes around while having a few beers. As we watch the campfire die down, we all decide to call it a night. About an hour later, I get woken up by a woo sound. I hear it again and stir. I open the door to my tent only to be met with someone wearing a mask. Very funny, I exclaim as I move out of the tent. I look around, but I quickly notice all my friends are standing outside of their tents, staring at these men in masks. All of a sudden, a rainbow light shines down on each of us. The light overwhelms all visibility, and I begin to hold my breath. Excellent! Kinda scary. I think it could be developed in so many different ways. Just great. I hope you do develop it. I hope you show me later on what you've done with it. Thank you so much. And Mike Bike. Let's see what Mike Bike does. When I woke up that stormy, dark morning, the moon was still high in the dark, mysterious sky. I went to reach for my iPhone, but I suddenly realized it wasn't on my nightstand. I slowly and miserably got up and made my way drowsily to the light switch. When I turned it on, I continued to look for my phone, which was nowhere in sight. I then decided to brew a pot of coffee and retrace my step until I heard a loud bang downstairs. I rushed down the stairs and I saw this bright, glowing light. I couldn't make out what I saw until I saw its face. The alien creature put on a Trump mask. Oh no! And ran down the street. Is it the alien wearing a Trump mask or Trump wearing an alien mask? I think it could go both ways. But that's politics aside. I chased after it as fast as my legs could go. I ran around a mile until it led me to this magnificent, mesmerizing, colorful thing in the sky. It was the most amazing rainbow I had ever seen. The sheer beauty of it stopped me in my tracks. The creature ran away, and this amazing rainbow turned into a deathly spaceship. It started to yell out to me before taking off. Thanks for the phone! See you later, nerd! Then I woke up from the weirdest dream I've ever had. Mike, I like it. See you later, nerd. I hope sometime in my life I can drop that on somebody. Just see you later, nerd. That would make me happy. That's on my bucket list. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for sharing. It's fantastic. Um, and easy busy. Don't worry about it. You did a great job earlier. Um, you know, sometimes we write something that we just like, okay, this is garbage. Sometimes we pick up that piece. Uh, yeah, sometimes we pick up that piece of writing way down the road and we look at it and go like, oh, I suddenly have a new idea and we can make something out of that. That's one of the cool things about keeping a journal. Thanks, Mike. Um, if you ever want to read it yourself, you can always jump on my Discord and you can read it out loud. Easy Busy read hers out loud earlier today. It was fantastic. I would love to hear writers read their own work because you guys know it better than I do. Uh, you've actually got to say that, Nemo? I want to say it to somebody who's not my friend. Like, someday I want to just have like this really crappy job or something, and I want to quit my job by doing that. That's a mission in life. All right. That being said, everybody, I need to prepare for my next class. So we need to wrap up the stream. I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to Udi for hosting and for participating. Thank you for Easy Busy for reading out loud. Thank you, Just Great, Mike Bike, Space Scythe, and Nemo. And thank you for everybody for joining us. We'll be back for a Monday night, which will be Tuesday morning my end. Same time, same place. We'll be doing some more writing prompts. I hope I see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an awesome Saturday, Friday night, whatever time it is. Thank you, Udi. Really appreciate it. No, that's not the reason, Nemo. It's because uh, I'm just so busy. I can rest when I die. Hopefully that's a long time from now. I'll catch you later.